Okay, guys, today we're gonna be making a video. Well, that's not the right intro, is it? No, it's welcome back, guys, to a new video. That's the right intro. But you know what time it is? It's a list, which is the intro that I do, which is not the usual. But anyways, I didn't include the intro or the outro for the other videos because I was just too lazy. I just wanted to get these videos out because it's summer vacation. I'm gonna be doing stuff besides YouTube. And I actually have more free time in school than in the summer because in the summer, usually I go to vacations, I have to do work, and it's like when you think of work, it's not payment. I have to do work outside and help with a lot of things. So, anyways, I'm gonna have to make a video where I'm gonna not rank all of them because I have a lot of planes. Let's see. Okay, so as I was saying, these are all the planes that I have, and even a surprise, which you guys probably know. But I'll be ranking all of these planes. Not all of them, just the top 10. And at number 10, it is the all-time best. Also, intermission, before we get to number 10, this list will not be including the planes like the Yak 9. It won't be including these planes, which is basically, oh snap, I revealed the surprise, but who cares? It will not be including planes like this one, the BF-109G10, the Yak, I think they're on planes, but if I do research, I will not be including planes like the, Yak 9, Yak 7B, the Mustang Mark II, or the BF-109G10, because those planes I do not own. It will specifically be planes that I own, meaning that planes just for Russians. Okay, so will specifically just be this plane because these planes I do own. So these planes. But before we get to there, we gotta get to number 10, and at number 10 is the BF-110C. Now you may be saying, hey, how come a T1 or a T2 are in this list? Well, I'm on a T6 range, and I already have a T7 plane, which is basically a time plane, so it's one of the planes that don't count. It would have been included if I did own it, but probably not. But this plane is really good, and I'm gonna tell you a little history. Ever since I saw the movie, Pearl Harbor, where I saw the B-25 scene, the Doolittle raid, with my aunts, we decided to watch it because we were learning about World War II in 4th grade, and I watched the movie, and I saw this B-25, and this is the closest plane that looked like a B-25, and though it's not a B-25, it's a BF-110, because the tail design is on point, only it's missing the tail gunner, so really, it really is not accurate at all to the B-25. But I really wanted this plane because it looked like that B-25 from the movie, and I was in love with that design, so I wasted all of my free RP, not the one that you get from the missions. You can get them from battles, but a little bit. I thought that the B-400 would have given me the RP to get this, but no, it was the AR-68, which eventually made me waste all of my free RP. It's like, as you can see, I have a lot of 160, almost. But you guys may have known that I used to have almost 3 million coins. Now I have 300, 500. How did I waste over 400,000 coins? It was on the, BF-109F and the BF-110G2. Which you guys know how desperate I am. And personally, I wouldn't recommend the BF-110G2 because it's not that great of a plane. It really is. It's not that great. But I still really like this plane for what it did. And its attack is better, and it's just easy for me to use. It's better than the BF-110. I really wouldn't recommend the other one. This one I would recommend. If you just want to get to the BF-109G4, okay, you can buy it, but I really won't recommend to get the BF-109G2, unless if you're trying to get to the G4. Moving on, we have the Curtiss P4OB Warhawk. And you guys know, this plane is from Pearl Harbor. It was seen in the attack. It's also in Tora, where these planes had the same color scheme. I think. I mean, they were a little darker, but it was really cool. And it was missing this thing on the left wing. It didn't have that in the movie. But you guys can tell that this plane is really good. I mean, the firepower may look small, but it's actually really good for shooting. It's actually very good when I shoot people with this plane. It takes them down rather quick in like at least 12 seconds, which is really cool. And this plane overall, it's pretty easy to get. It's just simple. Just go to the P36 and then just go to the P4OB. Then you can get to the F82 if you really have enough coins. And then number 8 is the Hawker Hurricane Mk1, I think. This plane I really did not like for its design. I've never used it ever when I just got the Spitfire Mk1. But what made it cool that decided to use it again? I mean, the design, I don't really like the Spitfire design. It's cool. I love it because it's so aerodynamic, but this one too, but not really as much as the Spitfire in my opinion. But this plane, it was good because first of all, I had a plane that looked like the Spitfire. Plus, it even worked well for base defense because it had 2 bombs instead of 1 like the Spitfire. And its firepower, it's pretty not that great, but it's still really good for its time. It even rivals like 10 away from even being the Warhawk. But it may be a T3, but it was still a really good fighter once you get to use it in the air. Even though its maneuverability, like its turning ability, it's kind of low, but it's still pretty good. Number 6 is the P400. Now, this plane, like the Curtis, it's like this is how the P4OB looked like in the Tor movie. It didn't have the star in the side. So yeah, that's what I mean. But what I'm saying here is that this plane is really good because its firepower, it's good, and its missiles are good, but not good for base defense. But it's really good for attacking. It's actually a good fighter. It was my 4th plane ever. Actually, no, it was my 5th plane because it was my 4th was the Buffalo, and I really hated that plane. Not because of its design, but the design doesn't matter always. But this plane worked really well in the air, and I personally use it in the elimination round. And it is good. It can take down a T6. I took down a T6 with this. I only took down one T7 with this, just because I shot in the glass and then I took him down in elimination. But overall, I think this plane is really gonna do you good. Number 5 is the Spitfire, the one and only, the Mk1 Supermarine Spitfire. And when I say Supermarine, it's not just super. It's fabulous. This Supermarine Spitfire with its turn ability, its great maneuverability, it's hard for people to shoot you down when you're gonna be turning a lot. That is if you have a lot of those energy refillers, which is basically gonna help. But this plane can really turn a lot, and it's good because it can outmaneuver planes, and this is why I love it. But what else? The firepower isn't as good as the P400, but it's still a really good firepower, being the best of the T4s. Even better than the BF-109, which I will bring into this list. Just wait for it. But as a number 5 spot, you really are the best, a really good plane. Also, you might stick around. You might see another Spitfire model. Number 4, it's its adversary, the BF-109E4. Now, some of you guys may be like in the screen. It's like, hey, what the fuck? Like, no, don't rage. I'll explain why. Okay, first of all, its turning ability is probably it's just worse than the Spitfire in real life too. But its firepower is better. Its survivability is good. Also, what makes this good is that its design is small, so it's really kind of hard for people to shoot at me because even though I'm like so far away, they have people. Sometimes people are struggling to shoot at me because they've been attacking me for a long time. It's because of the small design. It's not really as big as the other planes. Plus, it's very, very good once you get to use it. Because I can shoot down a lot of planes. It's very easy to shoot down planes with this model. If you're fighting T4, T3s, or T5s. T5s I really wouldn't recommend because this plane, T6 wouldn't recommend. But T5s, yeah, you can use it. It's pretty fine with T5s actually. And at number 3 is the one and only Spitfire Mk2. Hey, didn't we just include the Spitfire? Yep, you said I was gonna stick around because another one, but the Spitfire Mk2, it's this beauty of a plane. It's the same as the other one, but it may not have, the BF-109F isn't as good as this one. This one is the plane that I've used most. Check it out. It's the only plane that's gotten a 3 stars because it's my ace aircraft. It's my best aircraft, and it's the only plane that I've used. And personally, you can do the T6. It's only one battle, and you know what plane that is. And it's the best plane I've ever used because I've used it so many times. Same as the Spitfire Mk1. Those are the reasons why it's here. But also, it is very good against T6s sometimes. And very good against T5s. It can easily pound the T3s and destroy T4s. And yeah, it's actually really good. Only the BF-194, I've taken 2 of them out with the BF-194, but whatever. Number 2 is the Yak-1 Soviet Hero. This plane is the second best plane that I have. Soviet Hero. Yeah, it's a Soviet Hero. I have 2 Soviet planes, but it's only going to be one by tomorrow. Or even at 10, I won't have a Soviet Hero. I won't have a Soviet plane, but I'm talking about the Soviet, the BF-109 G10 Soviet version. But this plane is oh my god, it's so good. I mean, it is the best plane that I've ever used. Besides number 1. Number 1's plane, it can destroy this one easily. But this plane, it's too good to even not include in the list. If you're don't have your first T8 yet. But it deserves to be in the top 10 list. Unless if you have a T8, as I already mentioned. But this firepower survivability, it used to be, I have 70. I modded it so well that it's already better than what it is. But everything about it, it's good. And I'm telling you, you should get this plane. But it's not easy to get. The problem that it's making it, and number 1, is that it's hard to get. It's not easy to get. Unlike just paying to buy coins, you actually have to get a supply crate, just like number 1. The same supply crate. So yeah, then we'll give on some honorable mentions. BF-109F, the BF-109E1, and finally, and the G2. Even though I said I wouldn't recommend it, it's still, the firepower is pretty good. And the number 1 is the P-38 Lockheed Lightning Lockheed. It's a Lockheed, I think. Lightning. But this plane, it's beautiful. I only used it once, and it got me MVP. It's really good. The missiles, oh my god, they're good. And what else can I say? I mean, if I upgrade it enough, this plane will become even better than it already is. Also, this is my first T6, and I'm really proud of it, actually.